2PB142724. Your name?
J. Michael Cusinella.
When were you pulled over?
I think it's March 1st or February 1st.
Why were you pulled over?
I was out past my curfew and on private property.
What were you doing on private property?
I have a Jeep and I was just off-roading, so I have no excuse for that.
Did you damage anybody's property?
No. No, I did not.
What grade are you in?
10th grade.
You come in. How's your grades?
I struggle in school a lot, but I try very hard.
Do you?
Yes, sir.
How many hours you study per day?
Well, I come home after school and I usually eat and I go to the gym, and then after I go to the gym, I study until about 9, 10 o'clock.
So how many hours you study per day?
Probably about 3.
What's your grade point?
I'm not too sure about that.
You don't know?
No. I just do my work.
Well, you kind of should know.
You're right, I should.
About what is it?
Like my grades?
Yeah,
like a C average. C, sometimes B.
So do you know if it's a 2.0, 2.8?
Sorry. I think it's a 2.0 to 2.3.
And you're studying 3 hours a day?
Yes, sir.
What classes you take?
All the regular ones, so English, math, world history.
What kind of math do you have?
Algebra.
1 or 2?
1. That's my main course that I struggle in the most.
Biology, chemistry, you take any of those yet?
Biology, yes.
Are you in that now?
Yep.
How are you doing in that?
Not too bad.
It's not too bad.
70s. Mid-70s.
You're really studying 3 hours?
Yes, Your Honor.
How about on the weekend?
Well, I tend to start lacking on the weekend, but I do study.
Is this the officer on this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your name?
Officer Walker, Brownstone Police, Your Honor.
Caitlin Police Department, Brownstone Township, Your Honor.
Was he respectful with you?
He was.
What was he doing? Sounds like he was off-roading on property. He said he didn't damage.
We were investigating a burglary of the icebox, which was next to Mr. Miguel's. While we were tracking the fresh footprints in the snow, the 4 individuals that were running from us through the woods to the power lines, the property behind the storage lot there, telegraph budget storage, and the icebox, I observed Mr. Cusinella and the Jeep drive off of King Road towards us along the power lines there. So naturally, we stopped him to investigate that part of it as well. He was respectful. However, he did receive a phone call from somebody while I was speaking with him, while he was violating his license privileges at the time. But either way, we had bigger matters at hand to worry about. Regardless, he said that the male calling him was uninvolved. He knew nothing about the icebox. I gave him a fair opportunity to let me know. I said, if you are involved in this and you're here to pick somebody up, just let me know now. We can work with that. But if I find out later on that you're lying, we're going to have a problem. Well, fast forward 2 hours later, we track these 4 juveniles to the area of Telegraph and Sidley in the neighborhood who were running all around. We apprehended all 4 of them, and Mr. Cusinella was what I believe was fake sleeping in a different vehicle in a driveway right near where they were all at. And one of the juveniles that we apprehended said that he was calling Mr. Cusinella when they were running from us, and he was fully aware of the entire circumstances.
Okay, so no reason to believe he was involved in anything.
He was aware. There's no reason to believe he was in the building, but he was aware of the situation and potentially coming to pick them up.
The reason I'm calling you in is I was going to see if there was something else you could do on this. If there isn't, Ms. Foley-Carter, I understand.
Based on the circumstances.
Okay, that's the only reason I was calling. Okay, fair enough. You want to plead the violation of graduated permit? That's 2 points.
Say that again, please.
Do you want, this stipulation says that you are going to plead responsible violation of graduated license permit. Is that what you want to do? That is a 2-point violation.
Yes, Your Honor.
To that charge, how do you plead responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Please accept at 120. I was just going to try to help you. Listen very carefully. I don't want to know anything. I don't want you to say anything about what transpired that night. Just remember this. You'll forget it before you walk out the door. Reputations. They're not for sale. You can't buy them. You could go make $100 million playing a sport. You ruin your reputation, you can't buy it. They're not for sale. They could have $20 billion. They're not for sale. You hang out with the pigs, after a while, you start to smell like them. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I don't want you to say another word. I'm not saying you're involved in anything. I am telling you, you're hanging out with the wrong people. If you're hanging out with the wrong people, do a 360, run the other way, and don't hang out with the wrong people, or else you end up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Then you get to come in here and you get to deal with people like me, whether it's me, Judge Hessen, judges in other courts. Have a good day. Can you pay this today?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Study harder.
I will.
Have a good day, ladies and
You
gentlemen.
too.
Thank you.